Hey YouTube, today I'm going to talk about disabling the TPMS light on your dash. It's a pretty annoying light if you have tires without TPMS sensors, as I do currently in my 2015 Subaru Forester. Didn't spring for them when I ordered winter tires. As a result, the light turns on after a few miles and stays on all winter. So if you have a light that's on, what are your options for disabling it? Well, the electrical tape route is probably the cheapest. Just cover up the light on your dash. Unfortunately, it's it's pretty cheap. Not the best solution. Another option is getting tires with TPMS sensors. But as far as a standard way of disabling this light, you probably won't find any. And that's because it's illegal to disable the TPMS sensor in your car, or at least to sell a car without a TPMS system. So what are the options? Well, what I've done here, and this is, by the way, a gauge cluster I got on eBay for pretty cheap, is I wired up a switch, which, if flipped, turns off the light. On, off. And I've got the same thing installed in my car. Obviously, with a switch, you can choose whether or not to see the light. So during the summer, or whenever you have tires with TPMS sensors installed, you can have it on, and then you'll see if the tire pressure is low. But in the winter, when you don't have TPMS sensors, just turn it off, check the tire pressure yourself, and not have an annoying light. So how did I do this? I had to take the gauge cluster out of my car, disassemble the gauge cluster, and right here is where the magic happens. So once you take the the front part of the gauge cluster off, you actually see the printed circuit board with all of these LEDs. And my solution to turning off this light is really simple. I've desoldered one part of that surface mount LED, and I've basically interrupted the circuit that way with this switch in between. I did choose a switch that has its own LED, so this circuit that used to drive 1 is now driving 2. As a result, the LEDs are dimmer because they're wired in series like this. But yeah, I've had it installed in my car for over a year. It's worked great. I can show you its effect, or where I mounted it. As you can probably guess, I mounted it in the blank switch spaces to the left of the steering wheel. And right here is the switch I've got. As I turn the car on with the switch on, you will see the TPMS light flash on briefly right here. I haven't driven the car long enough that it's complaining about the lack of TPMS sensors, so I can flip it on. You see both the switch and the TPMS light turn on. If I flip the switch off and I restart the car, neither turn on. And that's how it stays all winter. Long term, I do plan on getting tires with TPMS sensors, but if that's not in your budget, this is a pretty effective solution of turning off that light, or really any light you want, in your modern gauge cluster. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.